Hi guys, it's Jay Rhymes here. Just like you are you, I am me, and just like I am me, you are you. Uh, if you don't know me, now you do. My name is Jay Rhymes. We only serve the Most High on this channel. Um, and we spread love, peace, and unity. So, with that being said, why are you not living out to be the person you want to be? What is scaring you so much that you just can't, live to be the person you want to be? I feel like naturally I would say pursue your dreams, but that's hard for you. Somebody watching, it's hard for you to pursue your dreams because you feel like, if I do pursue my dreams, will it be what I want it to be? I had this problem. I had this problem for a long time where it was like I could not keep a job. And when you're like neurodivergent or you're just different, jobs are not meant for you. Jobs are like actually the opposite of what you need to be doing, because you see it as a waste of time. You see it as a loss of potential, and you also see it as like, what's the point? And so between all three of those, it was just really hard for me to keep a job. But then I realized, like, how can I use the system to my advantage? And this is where you have to think about, like, how, like, most of the people watching this are pretty young. We're young, you know? And even if you're a little older, you're still young in my eyes, because it's all about the soul. But when you realize that, like, okay, like, I don't want to do this with my life, you know that this is not what you want to do with your life, and you start to get frustrated. You're like, okay, so what do? How do I live? You know what I mean? How do I function? Because that's where I was at too. It was like, how the fuck do I function now that I know this is not meant for me, this world is not designed for me? How do I function? And what I started doing, like, it took me a while, because like I had a lot of like things going on when I was younger. I still do now, but not as intense. And so basically, like, if I'm looking over here, that's just how I process my thoughts. But basically, what was I saying? So basically, like, when I realized that the system was like not working for me, and like I was in a part of this societalistic system and this job working place, I realized, like, okay, how can I use this to my advantage? Like, my mom and people around me were like, music's not going to do anything for you. And I promise you, like, I don't actually give a fuck about if music does anything for me, except for to make me happy, because I love music so much. And so I was like, okay, I'm not going to stop doing what everybody wants me to do. Like, if you stop doing what other people want you to do, you're a follower. You're a follower right there, because you're going against your soul, and you're listening to what everybody else is saying. And most of the time when people do that, they are so miserable with their life because they realize they should have never listened to the first place. And by the time they get back to who they are, it's already like, okay, like, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I doing this? Because you didn't just miss your time. It's you didn't give yourself time to develop in that craft. You didn't give yourself time to actually, tell yourself that you can go full forward with faith, and knowing that you actually can accomplish something bigger than what other people want you to, and that you don't have to be in this stereotype of, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. Because in reality, like, that was never meant for you. Societalistic jobs, like, that was not meant for you, but you chose that because you believed everybody else and what they said. And so this is why I'm saying this to you, is like, what I started to do is I started to realize, like, I do obviously need to survive. I need to make money, and that's crucial. Making money is crucial. But okay, first I pay off my bills, I do what I have to do. But doing my actual craft is not really that hard, because I was doing this when I was young. I was making music when I was young. So how did I make music when I was young and I didn't have money to make music when I was young? You know what I mean? So it just goes back to, like, okay, like, if you had this passion since you were a kid, and now you're an adult, and you're like, how can I do this now? You always been able to do it, bro. Like, we were in school since we were kids. Kindergarten to 12th grade, right? And even beyond that for some people. A regular school hour is 6 hours, right? 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11, 1, 2, 7 hours, right? What did you do after school? You practiced what you like to do. You had time. A regular work day, for some people, not saying if you're a nurse or, you know, whatever, sometimes you have to do extra stuff, but we have 24 hours in a day, right? If you really love that craft so much, you can either do it early in the morning or at night when you get home. You still have time, and it's not spend hours and hours doing that thing. Spend like 30 minutes, 5 minutes, just to get yourself equated with what you really want, to tell your body, like, this is what I want. Like, this is, even though I'm working this job, this is what I strive to be. This is not where I want to be for the rest of my life. Because when you focus on things that actually like serve you and you actually love doing it, it doesn't become, you know, tedious. Like me going to work now, it doesn't become tedious for me because I know why I'm going to work. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to work, yes, but I'm going to work to be able to fund my actual thing I like to do. Like, when you just go to work and you have no ambition why you're going to work, you're just going to work to pay the bills, you're miserable. But you have to know why you're going to work. You're going to work for nothing if you just go to work. Like, I'm going to work to actually make my future a reality. I'm going to work because this is what I have to do for the meantime, but this is not where I'm going to be forever. Don't think that that's where you're going to be forever, or you will stay there forever. Nobody can get you out of where you're going except for you. You have to believe that there's more for you than what other people think for you, because they're just going to see you, you know, oh, you're a nurse. Okay, just be that nurse for 20 years of your life. 20 years of your life is gone and you never put any ounce to anything else. And now you're really regretting it because you realize, like, what did I do with my life? I was just a nurse. But did I actually go in the direction where I wanted to? Like, I always hear people say, like, oh, I want to be a lawyer because my mom wants me to be a lawyer. Or I'm going to be a lawyer because it makes more money. But then, like, why are you doing that? Like, there's no why people are doing things anymore. Like, people back then had a why. Like, most people would take the biggest risk of their life than work a 9 to 5, especially back then. Like, if they knew what they wanted to do and they had a little dream, even if it was the littlest dream, they would put their effort to that dream. That's why that's why our grandparents and our parents actually had success back then. It's because they knew to keep faith in the things that they love to do. And now we're over here conditioning ourselves to just work. But working for nothing is not working at all. It's slavery. Don't enslave yourself to something that you don't want, because now you're doing it to yourself. You know? Realize the potential you hold and go after your dreams. That's why they're dreams. God gives you them for a reason. You just have to understand and bend accordingly, because it's not going to be easy when you start chasing your dreams. I've been chasing my dreams for a long time, and I know it's going to happen. I feel it in my bones. Keep it in my chest, though, because it's nobody's information. But I know why I'm doing certain things, and I just want you to understand why you're doing certain things. Because knowing why you're doing certain things and having a plan, not the plan working, but having a plan of why you're doing certain things to be able to exclude what you or exude what you want, is better than not having any and just working for nothing. That's just in my opinion. But if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm making more videos. Go check my music video. It's Pure Connection. Pure Connection. I made the music video. I edited it. I made the song. The only thing I didn't make is the beat. And yeah, please go check it out. I think you would really like it. It's a heavy message, but I think it resonates to the frequency of just understanding perspective and change and opening your mind to what actually is than the illusions that we just tell ourselves. So yeah, peace, love, unity.